I believe they tried to use gay culture to coincide with so-called black culture because both of them was given to us. We have neither one of those. There's no such thing as black culture because whatever that we were given that black Americans was given a belief, black Americans was giving a stigma of how black people are supposed to act, how black people are supposed to move, how black people talk. So when you say doing it for the culture, black culture is something that they created for us to follow behind. And I don't think people realize black culture is ignorance. That's what they gave us. They gave us ignorance and said this is black culture because every other culture has discipline and every other culture has something that they follow behind for generations and generations and generations and generations, and something that they're proud of. That we as a black people can look at other cultures and speak highly of other cultures. But when people look at our that we call culture, they laugh at us. They don't respect us. But they see us as strong individuals because black people can endure pain. Black people could be able to make something out of nothing. Black people, we can dance, we can sing, we have athletic abilities, we have talents. That's not what they attach black culture to. They attach black culture to ignorance. So when you bring gay into the situation, that's the only way that black people can stand in the forefront and be respected is when we act in the fool and we also are being homosexuals. Because every homosexual, you just said every black leader, the only ones that's respected is a gay leader. He said this leader was gay, but we have so many heterosexual leaders. Why would we bring up the gay leader? Why is that the one in the forefront? Because at the end of the day, you have to emasculate the man. Because at the end of the day, the black leader, if he's going to be a black man, he got to be gay. He got to be gay. He got to be emasculated for him to stand in front. And if he's not, then they'll put a strong black woman in the forefront. So at the end of the day, gay culture plays a big part of it, especially if they want men to lead it. You have to put on the dress. You have to fight. You have to bend the knee to the alphabet community. There's no way that, and I don't believe social media and all this stuff. I don't believe it's real. None of these people really believe that. But with right now with social media, you pay millions and thousands of dollars to push the agenda. So it's not about the adults who's following up with this. It's the kids behind us that they're trying to compute shit with. It ain't got nothing to do with us. It's the most prominent ones that's easily persuaded and easily influenced, which is our kids behind us.
Interesting take. Des, did you want to expound a little bit more? You want me to come back to you?
Yeah, so I was just gonna say quickly, from the Washington Informer. This is by the Washington Informer or National News. It says that blacks are more likely to identify as gay than any other group. On top of that, I don't want to make this specific to one particular gender, but it says, and this is from National Library of Medicine. National Library of Medicine. Considerable portion of the population, perhaps the majority portion of the male population, has at least some homosexual experience between adolescent and old age. In addition, about 60% of the pre-adolescent boys engage in homosexual activities, and there is an additional group of adult males who avoid overt contact, but who are quite aware of their potentials for reaching other males. So I don't necessarily want to classify this as a cultural. I don't think a cultural way would be the best way to describe this situation. Again, culture can be classified in a variety of ways, especially if we look up the definition of what a culture is. But to some degree, based off of stats and the experience of what we see going on, it would probably be better classified as a cultural thing. But again, it happens in every culture. So it may not be as widespread as our culture, but it's definitely happening all over the place.
I think gay culture, black culture, I think it's all one and the same. It's interchangeable. And I say that because if you look at black culture today and what we espouse, what we represent on a global stage, it's that of immorality, depravity, hypersexuality, and promiscuity, lasciviousness. Oh gosh, I got my man Marlon in the house. What's up, Marlon? Anyways, but yeah, and I think that's indicative of what we're seeing going on with the gay culture right now. And I think all in all, the ultimate goal is, and I'm looking at my notes here, guys, because I wrote some stuff down. But I think all in all, the ultimate purpose is just for the expanding of political purposes. And there's a nefarious undergirding agenda that's essentially weaponizing black culture and gay culture for whatever that nefarious agenda is, ultimately. And I think it's all to undermine order, structure, and natural law. Um, oh gosh, what's up, mama? I got everybody in the house. But yeah, that's the way I see it. I know a lot of people won't agree with that, but I just see a subversion. I see a paradigm shift going on, and I think more and more black people are going to align themselves with this gay movement because we have pedestalized the gay community to the degree that they are now our gatekeepers. They are the guardians, the gatekeepers of of what our culture represents today. So that's just my synopsis. Anybody can jump in from there, and then we get this thing started.
Uh, I mean, you kind of hit something for me, man, because yeah, I definitely see that. I mean, even when we talk about obviously African Americans being more so prevalent in entertainment or whatnot in the situation, even when you look at like P. Diddy right now, you know what I'm saying? Like all the speculation about his sexual orientation, what he does, and him being a gatekeeper. And you seeing that being a situation where like in our communities, it's more so now like, okay, well, if I align to that's why I think the trend is more trendy than it is people trying to actually be a part of that type of lifestyle because of the fact that like you said, and if you're looking at those communities like I hate saying gay, but people that practice homosexuality, they're a lot more prevalent. They got a lot more success. They have a lot more opportunity. And I've actually worked in a company where I've seen that, firsthand, where you see everybody that's in like the top tier position, see you all that they're all a part of that community. And it's like unless you like kind of abide by them or agree to what's going on, you won't be as successful. So I mean, in some parts, I could definitely agree to what you're saying in regards to that. It's because we're seeing their success because of the fact that we want to connect with them because we're kind of seeing that they're getting through. You know what I mean? As well as we, or as opposed to how much work we had to put in to get through the situation in order to get accepted. I think it's also tied down to what JP was saying in terms of being emasculated, like in terms of there being male dominance. I think that obviously with there being a Eurocentric approach to things and how things are being established in this country, in order for us to actually be successful, we have to be able to bow down to them as being gatekeepers as well too. So I mean, we see that as a trend going forward. So if we can adapt to them and the homosexual agenda and get their approval, then at that point we'd be more widely accepted. So I could definitely agree to what you're saying, man.